Welcome everyone to our 6th annual Extra Life event. If this is your first time tuning in, boy, do we have a fun time in store for you.
3, 2, 1, go. Handing it.
Oh no, I almost knocked my tower out.
2, 1, hands up. I think we have a clear winner here.
All right,
Hey,
so-
look at mine!
your second one's not bad. Yeah, yours looks good.
You think it's the best?
I can actually see both of those pretty well.
Steven's is good.
Make a ploy for why you think yours is the best. Steven, go first.
If you see mine, you'll be able to tell that he comes from a long lineage of snails that were once hunted for their flesh, but his tribe overcame those hunters. They were known as the orcs of Barbary Bay, and they would hunt them for their snail flesh, but they overcame that and they passed their own way in life. And this represents
all of
that
this is
journey.
why?
No, this
Okay.
represents that
Okay.
journey.
I think for drawing blind, I'm just surprised my shell actually looks like a shell.
Oh, that's true. It is.
And I do have a trail. May not look like slime, but
Oh, it's like little poops,
it looks like pebbles, but
little pebbles.
I'm happy with it.
It's a little.
But I do like yours. It looks more like it.
Thank-
Steven is the
I tried.
victor in this challenge.
Wiggle.
This is
Hello.
Chubby Bunny 1 calling Chubby Bunny 2.
Chubby Bunny 2.
Chubby Buddy 3, stand by.
Chubby Bunny 3.
This is
Chubby Bunny
Chubby Bunny
4.
2,
Do we have a
confirm.
Chubby Bunny 4?
Chubby Bunny 4.
Chubby Bunny 4 is reporting in.
Chubby Bunny 2 is ready.
Chubby Bunny's online.
Stand by to stand by.
Over.
Standing by.
Over.
Chubby Bunny crew online. Chubby Bunny 3 to go. Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Chubby Bunny.
Bunny.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, yuck.
Uh-oh.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Yeah, I like no problem.
Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny.
Oh, okay, then.
Just a little one for goose.
Come on, you can do focus. Focus. You have to have the zen.
Chubby Bunny.
Wow.
This might be the one.
I don't think that's
This might be the last one. Who's one of them? Uh-oh.
Oh, no. And one more time, one more time.
That was passable.
That was good. You won.
3, 2, 1, go. One bean at a time. It is done.
Mine's obscene.
All right, let's count how many beans. Official bean counter.
Mine's obscene.
So there's only 3?
It's 3.
3 versus 9.
9, I am the bean champion. Bring on the next challenger.
bean-
Come forth, new challenger. Face my awesomeness.
Lose concentration on the bowl cracks me up. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. He was like so concentrated on the bowl.
Next victim.
I think you're also
Looks like Cliff is certainly
the
off
player.
to an
The
early
player
harvest.
on the left, I think, is at disadvantage.
Yeah, because they're facing me.
Touché, sir.
Thank you.
You have been undefeated.
Thank you for being an exceptional challenge on my final celebration of victory.
The lore shall now commence.
Okay.
During your transit here to the wreckage of Carfen, you observed the rivers as being impassable. Except, of course, by bridge. The reason for this is the fires that you saw. These magical fires that were encompassing the entirety of the river. In addition, you saw burned bodies devoured by the blazing water. And you also saw, as you exited the Underrealm, some of these bodies moved as dark figures shambling in the distance. Their burned corpses still moving even beneath the water and crawling ashore with violent intent. This you can only assume after having recovered from the Lich's body a number of notes detailing what the Dean was attempting to accomplish at the tower. Laria Lamont, one of the most important mages that the Aelin Empire had at the time, being the headmistress at Carfen, she was attempting to cast a spell that would buy time for the capital. And you know that in the process of that attempt, the letters read that she requires a willing participant, someone by the name Pulsifer, volunteered his essence to expend in the ritual as a blood sacrifice. Only the most desperate of acts that would be undertaken in the last moments of time escaped them. And as the legions, in the letters detailed, walked past the tower, Laria Lamont decided to do a desperate act and listen to advice from an unknown origin that she was able to communicate with. Taking that risk, unfortunately, proved fateful.
Fatal.
I guess fateful too. Because what came to be was the despair you see now at Carfen, the root of which you have yet to discover. However, at the entry level, you do know this. As you walk into the interior of level 1, move your pieces to the entrance, you discover the Arcanium, the large library with a grand hall running throughout. Its spiral staircases lead up to floor 2. This ornate space was devoted to research and magical exhibits, however, now are which in disrepair. The walls house alcoves, which contain various sizes of statues. Stone bookcases, pedestals, and benches dot the grounds. By the way, this is all accurate visually as I'm describing to what the actual point of interest in Alpha 2 contains. Pedestals and benches dot the grounds. Blood pools along the floor, appearing to emanate from the floors above, trickling down the walls along the interior and exterior of the wreckage. You see, before entering, a large, explosive, and destructive event has occurred near the top of the tower. You don't know what and cannot tell from this distance. As you navigate into the first level, you discover a number of animated statues missing from their alcoves. They assault the party as you quickly defeat the animated statues on the first level.
How much damage? 7?
How much?
7 points of damage each. As you advance further, you discover that the second floor, known as the
Strate has various private offices where wizards and professors could work on their studies in peace. A large lounge area is on the floor for wizards to have meetings and take breaks. The historical archives are magically stored here, as well as the paperwork containing a number of topics on all sorts of things, such as history of the local area and wizardly research papers on various topics and studies within the Essence. There is also the entryway to an arcane elevator, which rises up through the rest of the levels in the tower. It rests at the center of this second level. A number of flying arcane books come out of the bookcases, and mimics attack your party. Mimics of all sorts, from laboratory equipment to study materials. The crystal halls. As you ride the arcane elevator to the third floor, you do not exit because you must make haste to the top. But you see out from the elevator a collection of viewing galleries, remarkably well preserved. Older construct models and previous foundational magical theories are presented here in a format reminiscent of a museum. Meant to impress would-be magical students, patrons, foreign dignitaries, the advanced crystal architectures and lavish decorations are on display. Unknown, Laria and Varric, during their ritual, in desperation to grant more time to the capital, as was requested by the council and the royal family both. They performed an unknown repercussions from this ritual. The mass killing of so many burned victims from the explosion of the ritual caused a corruption to grip both Laria and Varric. This corrupt mist began flowing down from the tower, its source unknown to you just yet. But its effects have turned the residents of Carfin undead. And in the surrounding areas and along the river's edge. It did, however, have the effect cause the ancients an inability to cross the waters. And so they began to construct an apparatus of their own to get their legions across to the capital. But this bought the time necessary, you would assume. These levels open up, and at the fourth floor, you see halls reserved for only the most private of wizards. These artisans use these halls as research labs and also a construct foundry. Built to be deliberately secure and private, the winding halls lead into an open experiment room where mages would tinker with ways of improving construct through more unethical means. A number of them have been left unattended, but you are able to sneak around them to reach the Nexus Gate. This floor contains a large summoning and sacrifice room. The mages here originally used it as a teleport nexus, but as the world fell into ruin, this was transformed into a sacrificial chamber. The small quarantine and customs rooms changed into jailing cells as the mages over recent weeks turned to more desperate rituals to deal with the collapse of Vera. compromising their ethics and their conscience. They perform forms of magic none should ever see.
Long forbidden.
Long forgotten. Only to the ancients was this known. And it turns out the unknown voice from which was aiding and abetting her pursuits was indeed an ancient, one familiar with this world, one who treated with a member of your kind in the past, known as Atrax.
He might be a villain.
The one beyond the void who was giving Laria the information she needed to perform the ritual she did, had ulterior motives. Its effects now seen on the grounds around the tower, as undead roam the countryside.
Just like to say that I fight this fight in the name of my ancestors who died during the Cretaceous and Jurassic periods, and that their memory shall forever endure.
Go. Oh, they're closing in. Brian's zims in for an early strike. Oh, oh my gosh, that's a hit. That's a hit. That is a hit for sure. Point sim. It is now 1-0. And go. Oh, he's looking close. Okay, he's got. Oh, that's a hit. He totally lured him in and beat him down. It is now tied 2-2. This is the final moment. Go. Oh no, and that's it. Steve has won. Steve scored the first hit, and Steve is the new champion of Dinosaur Lightsaber Combat. Oh, look at them bonding after the experience.
I watched the replay first.
This is amazing. Completely amazing. An upset. That's right. He's handing the sword over. And there you go. Boom. Bow. It's the new champion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for another exciting episode of Dinosaur Lightsaber Combat.
Compatriots who are present here today, I want you to know that this hurts me more than it hurts you. Okay? And that directly after receiving the pies to the face and the eggs, I will be moving with haste to the shower and then likely to bed. So I'll bid you adieu here and now.
Okay.
It was a wonderful campaign.
First question was correct with the answer. Egg for Steven.
Oh, greenhouse!
Greenhouse effect was correct.
Robbie! Who the hell's Robbie Roy?
Well, there you go, Robbie.
Who is Robbie Roy? Oh, it's Pat. Hey, what is Paco Paco? I feel terrible.
And you're right, Chet. I saw you guys saying some of it. It was Paco Paco as Steven did.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for showing up to... What happened? I can't see. I want to thank you all for showing up. We had an awesome time. It was a fun campaign. You learned a little bit about the world of Vera that's going to be in Alpha 2 and the Tower of Carfin and its wreckage and demise. We raised over $73,000 on Extra Life. What an awesome, awesome community showing up and representing all the goodness that lives in every gamer's heart for the children at Rady's Children's Hospital. We cannot thank you enough for showing up and being the shining example on a hill of what a community means to be in the MMO genre. Thank you all, and we will see you at the end of this month. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and we did an awesome job. Bye, everybody!